Hi everybody, this is Ellen. I'm going to show you how to make my step-up bracelet in this tutorial. I should have a beaded one to go along with this, but I just think it's kind of a cute little bracelet. Of course the name would have been better for like spiked bracelet or something like that, but that name's already taken, so to me it's now going to look like some stairs going up. So these are just some different ones that I made. Kind of poke out the color there. This one's all rainbowy. And another one. I just kind of like it because it has a nice little profile to it. It's cute. But I'll show you how to make these. It is on one loom in the normal setup, so anybody can make them. You can get 6 of these on one loom length, but that's obviously not long enough for your wrist. For me, I need to have 12, so I'll show you how to extend it as well. With fitting 6 on the loom too, like the beaded bracelet, I only show 5 because the 6th one actually will hang off the loom, so you don't have to do 6 on the loom, but I'll show you how to do it if you want to. It's not that hard at all. But it's just an option if you want to get more done. Otherwise, if you only do the 5 on it, and then, like for me, I need 12, so I'd have to do 5 and then another 5 and then do another 2. So fitting more on there is good. But I'll show you how to make these, and also show you where to put the colors. So, like if you want this little pop of color that pops up from the rest of the bracelet, I'll show you where those are on the pins. So we'll start with our loom in the normal setup, and we're just going to make kind of a long, weird shaped hexagon. So start down here in the middle, go up to the right, then go up 2, and this right here, this band and this band that come up to the point. And then on the other side, when we put these bands down, those are the ones that you want to change if you want to kind of have the little pop of color that pokes out. So it's like 2 of the undercolor, and then the next 2 are the pop of color on these sides. So like that. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I have that shape. And for this pop of color, it's just these 4 bands that I change. The other ones are whatever color you would want for like the black on this one. So we'll come back to this pin right here. We're going to do bands from this pin out, kind of like a little arrow this way. Then we'll go out to these other pins. So we're making an X off of this pin. And then our next pin, we're just going to come back to these pins. Then we'll come back to the beginning of the start of our weird hexagon here, and we'll go forward 2, like that, and then you'll want an end cap right here. I usually triple mine, but you can double as well. So that's what each one of them looks like. And then we're going to overlap the next one on here. So starting from this pin right here, this is going to be the top of our little hexagon shape. So from here, we're going to go over to the right one, down 2, and then back 1. like that, and do the same thing on the other side. Like that. We're going to fill up the middle like we did before. So from this pin it's going to be the X. And then our next pin we're just going to come back to these ones. Now you'll come back to the beginning of this little shape right here and do a band down the middle and then another one. And then right here will be another end cap 2 or 3 times. So we'll just repeat that again. So the weird hexagon shape first. Then our filler bands. First the X from this pin, then the little arrow, then come back to the start of the shape and go down 2 down the middle, and then end cap again here. A few more times here. The middle, end cap, and one more time. Now, put this last end cap on here. Now the next shape would actually hang off when we put it on. You can stop here if you don't want to do this next part, but I'll show you how to do it, just because it's not too difficult. So, and also if you do stop here, you need to put an end cap right here on this pin. But if I'm going to make the other shape, then I'll put the end cap on the next one. So end cap here if you stop, but if you make the next part, then I'll show you where to put it again. So we're just going to start at that same point and then just go like you're going to go off the loom. And do the same thing on the other side. Like that. Now we'll fill up the middle. So our X. Then our little arrow. Like that. And now for the rest of this, I just take my hook, wrap a band around it 2 or 3 times, whatever you've been doing for the other end caps. And I'll pull a band through. Like this. I'll kind of grab the end cap. Just put the band we pulled through, put that on the hook. Stick my hook back through the end cap. Grab another band. Pull that through the end cap. Put the band on your hook. And then stretch it over to the pin over here. Like that. And that's all you have to do for the last one that doesn't quite fit on the loom there. And then you'll want an end cap on, go down the middle. Then do the end cap 2 or 3 times. So that is all of the laying of the bands that we have to do for this. So we can turn around and loom. And we're going to start by doing the center stuff first. So we're going to go in through our end cap, grab the top band, which should be this straight band. Pull that straight up and then do the same thing with the next one. Then come back to your end cap and you're going to do these 2 bands here. And then you'll go in through here, the next one up. And we kind of created the end cap with the first looming we did. So you go in through here, pull those bands back out towards themselves. Grab whichever one's on top first. Like that. Then we'll come back, and you pick either side, but come back and we're going to loom up the hexagon shape. Just go in and grab that bottom band for those first 2. And then when you get to here, just make sure you're only working in the top layer. Don't grab the under stuff. So I just want my purple bands to loom up here. Come back and do the other side. Like that. And now, before we remove part of this, because we're going to, we're actually going to loom up the center of the next one. Because it's just a little easier, there's more tension pulling these bands back, and we're going to take off this whole top layer, and if we do that right now, then this all kind of bunches up around this pin and makes it hard to loom out the stuff in there we need to. So, middle section of the next one, so go in and grab that top band, which should go up the middle, and do both of those. Then come back to that little spot and loom out the side bands. Same thing in the next one. So like that. And now we're going to remove the first shape we did. And it is secure because of the pulling of the bands that we did here, so it shouldn't unravel on you. So just take that, pull it up, and just kind of tuck it back out of the way. So now we're going to loom up the hexagon. So you go in through the end cap, and we'll loom up the one side. And again, be careful when you get up here that you don't grab the lower layer. And come back and do the other side. So like that. And now again we're going to go up and do the middle section of the next part. So the middle band should come up first. And then our side bands. And then we'll come back, once we get all that middle done, we'll come back and we're going to take off this last one we did. And we're going to loom up the hexagon. So go in through your end cap again, grab the top band, pull it back towards itself and go all the way up. Being careful not to grab the lower layer. And do the same thing on the other side. And again, we'll do the middle of the next one. And come back and do the filler bands, or the side bands. So once you have that, you'll come back and take off the previous one. And we'll loom up around the outside. So in through your end cap again. Like that. And we'll do the middle for the next one. Oops. And then take off the one before. And we want to loom up the outside. I'm trying to keep this out of the way. And the other side. Like that. And again, the middle of the last one here. So up the center first. And the side bands. And we'll take this last part off here. And go up around the outside. So in through the end cap again. And the other side. So then that's done. And so we can put our hook in through here and take this off the loom. Alright, so looking at this, this is actually what was the top side on the loom. And if you'll notice that sometimes when you're pulling it off, if you're twisting things around, some of the bands, the underside actually will kind of flip up to the back, so you have to kind of retuck them where they belong and flip it over. So it's not a, you didn't mess anything up, but that happens sometimes, I've noticed when I've been doing this. So the back side should be kind of smooth looking, and then it's the front side that has the little steps on it. And to kind of make those more apparent, I usually just grab them, and if you pull them forward enough, these bands underneath right here, they kind of pop out, and they help to keep that little step from falling back down, so you don't, so it keeps the spiky appearance, I guess. So like that. So there we go. Sometimes they poke out too much. There. Alright, so I'll show you how to extend this. So, you lay, you kind of have to take a guess on how many you'll need, or like I said, I have a 6.5 inch wrist and I need 12 to go around it. So it's 2 full loom lengths. You might not need as many if your wrist is smaller. But 6 is, I mean, you can see from the hook here how long that is, so maybe you can kind of gauge how many more you might need for your wrist size with another bracelet. So if that helps anybody. But for extending this, you lay all the bands exactly the same, however many you want. And then at the end, at the end here, you won't put on the end cap right here. You'll still have the, depending on where you stopped, you won't necessarily have it look like this, but you just finish wherever you did for your hexagon. And then instead of the end cap on that last pin, for the looping up of the middle, you're going to take your open part from before and you'll put it on that pin. When you put it on, make sure that the little bumps are pointed down, because this is the top side of what was on the loom. So just take the open part and put it right over that pin right there. You might have to kind of hold it down there because it is kind of bumpy and you don't want to lose it. But then you just do what you did before. You're going to loom up the center stripe, then loom out the side ones, like that, and then you can just flip this up. Or I guess you don't have to, because you don't need to loom right here in the middle for the first one. On this one, you have to flip it up if you didn't go all the way down the loom for the end cap down here. But so just loom up the hexagon then. And like that. And then again, we just go and do the middle stuff first, and then take off the previous one that we worked on, and then go around the outside, work the middle. I'll finish this, and I'll probably fast forward it so you can see me finish it if you want to. And then at the end, I'll show you how I'd connect it together and what it looks like when it's all finished, if you're curious, I guess. So. Alright, so got that done now. So I'll put my hook in the end and take this last one off. And so put a clip in here. And I think I have stretchy bands. This purple and blue are particularly stretchy bands. Are a different brand than I normally have. But so I made it a little bit bigger than I wanted it, but not by much. So, but now, again, you'll just go through this one and pull up until those little side bands pop out underneath. And then for like closing this, I would actually close underneath the bracelet. So if you find like the end cap from before, it should be in the center here. So if you find that, more than one band. There we go. If you find that, and then attach your clip to there. Sometimes you might attach to a couple more bands to get it to kind of have the sturdiness it needs, like clip it up on the up a little bit more too. But then when it's on, you have more of a continuous look all the way around instead of like attaching it to the end of here of this last spike, or last step rather. So, like that. And I know that I have another tutorial for my armadillo bracelet that either is already out or it will be coming out. They're not the same. They have a little bit more space, or these ones have more space between them, and it's a different look, so a little bit more vibrant, I guess. So, but this is my tutorial for my step-up bracelet without the beads. You should check out the ones with the beads if you think that would look neat. They go in the center here of the little pokey out part of the step. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can see when I'm coming out with more stuff. As always, please show me your stuff on Instagram and Facebook. The links to all that stuff are underneath the videos in the description. That's one of my favorite parts, like I say a lot, is seeing what everybody has done. That's very cool to me. Because the different color combos, they're definitely can be crazy and wild and look really good. So, but thanks for watching. I'll have some more tutorials for you soon.